This is a direct appeal to Seth Rogers. Seth, you are the only person who can stop this absolute circus that has become a runaway train that is set to demolish your missing son's case. Seth, only you can ditch these people who are getting more and more deranged as the days tick by. Seth, how can you believe this nonsense? Seth, please stop. Only you can stop this. Only you can ditch them. Only you can kick them to the curb and say, look, I want to find my son. I want to find my son who has been missing for 10 months. But I don't want this farce anymore. Only you can do this, Seth. Please, please do this for Sebastian. Good morning, everyone. My name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It is Sunday morning, the 29th of December. We're heading at breakneck speed into 2025. But I wanted to stick with the Sebastian Rogers case today, and this has become more and more deranged as the days have gone on. At Night Private Intelligence, approximately the last 12 hours, we've had post after post after post getting more and more bizarre. It's baffling why Seth Rogers is standing by these people as they descend into madness. Get help, please. Please get help. The people who are behind these posts, you need professional psychological help. Either that or just stop trolling, because it's obvious what you're doing. All right, we're going to start here. I'm not going to read all these word for word. I'm just not. Fraudulent identities discovered. At Night has uncovered an individual actively utilising multiple aliases and fraudulent identification cards to obstruct the investigation. Really? Okay, this individual has attempted to gain employment with At Night under false pretences. I don't believe you even have staff. You're just a name. Has attempted to volunteer and pose as fake tipsters. Look, in every single case, you can go and ask anybody from law enforcement, there are people who send in false leads, send in tips that are not true, that send in hoaxes. I mean, look, this very thing looks like a massive hoax to me. It really does. For what reason, I can only speculate. But in any case, you get false tips. You do. You get people who just for their own trolling purposes do that. So it's not unusual if you're getting that. Aliases identified to maintain the integrity of the investigation. You don't even have an investigation. Only first names are being released. Stephen, Mike and John. So probably two of the most common Western names. Stephen, Mike and John. And then Heidi. And then others. Connection to the Profoots. This individual is employed by the Profoot family. Well, look, I've been accused of being employed by the Profoots. So this is just one more deranged thing that they're doing. The same people who refuse to lay into Chris and Katie are being paid by them. I've never taken a penny off anybody connected to this case. Not one penny. I've never spoken to Chris. Never spoken to Katie. I've only ever spoken to Seth when he's come in my chats on my live streams and I've addressed comments that he's made. But I've never spoken to Chris and Katie. It's kind of an unwritten rule that I have. It's not set in stone. I'm not saying I never would. But I don't habitually speak to family members of missing people. I like to maintain my independence. I'm not saying I never would, but I'm just saying that that's not what I do. Anyway, these individuals... Individual one admitted to being paid by the Profoot family. Was this when you administered truth serum to them, or what? Is that what you did? And then individual two claimed to be working against the Profoot family, but in fact was connected to them. Oh, a double agent. Oh, we got spy networks now. This is crazy. And then At Night has identified an investigator falsely claiming to be from California, but who is in reality a Floridian. Does it belong Betty? No, I don't know. I have no idea. With ties to shell corporations in California. misled the public, and investigative teams divert attention away from legitimate investigative leads. Violation of National Crime Information Centre protocols. Well, there's no evidence that a crime has even been committed in this case. So, I don't know what to tell you there. These developments emphasise the importance of transparency and vigilance as we continue to navigate the obstacles of this case. The people who are making obstacles in this case, in fact, the only people that I can see, at least at the moment, are you guys that are attempting to derail and distract from actual searches that are going on. It's just you who are doing this. Reward for information related to Reddit. Listen, if you believe in some of the nonsense that comes out on Reddit and you believe that you have to offer a reward for information from Reddit, I'm sorry, you're just a joke. You're just an absolute joke. Listen, Reddit's great. I like Reddit. I follow quite a few subreddits. My favourites at the moment, this is a sidebar thing. There's one, I can't remember what it's called now. But somebody posts a picture of the dog, and you've got to guess what breed they are, or what mix they are. That's really good. And then some of them come back with DNA results. And then there's one about monsteras, so cheese plants. A subreddit about monsteras, which is very interesting. I follow on Seen on Rightmove. Rightmove is like the equivalent of Zillow here in the UK, and people post like really weird houses that they've seen. Some really good stuff. I also follow some crime ones in relation to Delphi. I don't follow any of the Sebastian ones. Missing people's ones I don't tend to follow, because they just descend into absolute nonsense. Anyhow, for immediate release, as if you're putting out a legitimate press release, all right. At night, private intelligence launches investigation and offers $2,000 reward for information on coordinated threat campaigns. Oh my God. All right. It didn't disappear. On February 25th, we've had this conversation. These targeted actions, which include threatening emails and harassment campaigns, have been designed to intimidate at-night employees. How many employees have you got? Go on, I'll bite. Disrupt government operations. As if you're like a government entity. Listen, if people are trying to disrupt government operations, I think the government are big enough to be able to deal with that on their own. They don't need you to fight their battles. So $2,000. $2,000. I'm not reading this crap. Honestly, I'm not. At night has obtained emails incite a protest outside the Chester Parole Office targeting that night employee. So this is Nick the Hat's parole, is it? Are people ringing in about Nick the Hat, like breaking his parole? I don't know. Reward for information related to Reddit. They've even done a poster. Oh, Seth, please, please, please. This is making Sebastian's case just laughable. I hate laughing in videos where I'm talking about a missing person, especially a missing child, but there's no way you can cover this topic now and not laugh. It's just madness. Madness. Nick the Hat on parole, putting out false information. Well, listen, Nick the Hat, are you on parole? Are you putting out false information? I'll direct you to this. Sebastian Rogers, who disappeared on February 25th. No, he didn't. Putting out false information. Well, I think you're putting out absolute nonsense. Complete and total nonsense. So now we get to the breaking news. The breaking news. Public update on the search for Sebastian Rogers. December 29th. This is just a couple of hours ago as I record this. At night, private intelligence is escalating its efforts to identify and dismantle the coordinated hate campaign targeting our employees. How many employees do you have? Partners and mission. As of today, additional resources have been activated. You're just a clown show. It's a circus. You have jugglers and... As of today, additional resources have been activated, and by Monday, December 30th, tomorrow, our teams will be operating at full capacity to rapidly identify those behind malicious actions and hold them accountable. How are you going to hold them accountable? What are you going to do? Set the government on them? These actions, intended to intimidate and obstruct, will fail. At Night and its partners remain resolute in our mission to ensure those responsible are held accountable. Is this for abducting Sebastian, or are we now getting personal? You know, because people are saying mean things about you on Reddit. People are saying mean things on Reddit. So you can get $2,000 if you can help them out here. All right. After months of relentless efforts and a thorough examination of evidence, At Night reaffirms its conviction that Sebastian is still alive. I sincerely hope he is. And I think this is why Seth is following you, because you're telling him that Sebastian is still alive. The likelihood after 10 months is that he isn't alive. After 3 days, even, you're strongly swaying to the child, if ever recovered, is going to be deceased. But you're giving him false hope. I hope he is still alive. There is that very, very small chance that he is. Occasionally it happens. You're going to have to pull something out of the bag here. You really are. That isn't just deranged ramblings from an insane mind. Based on emerging patterns and intelligence, we are growing increasingly concerned that his disappearance might be linked to trafficking-related activities, particularly labour, and are exploring potential organised crime connections. Okay, there's always that possibility. At Night is diligently investigating the origins of the coordinated threats, fraudulent. Oh, so we're back to that now. All right. Okay, preparations are underway to file immediate injunctions. Okay, another one. All right, nice one. Criminal charges against those responsible where the law permits. Okay, cool. Findings will be released to the public without redactions of any form to encourage transparency and public disclosure. Nice. Activation of the rapid response phase. Do you wonder why people are laughing at this? Do you wonder why people just think this is farcical at this point? If they really were investigating these kind of things, do you think you'd make this public? No. You just hit the relevant people with the injunction, or you don't make all this public, do you? If you're an actual real organisation that's going through a legal quagmire because your employees are being threatened, you don't put it all out on Twitter, do you? No. At Night is launching a rapid response phase to accelerate the release of information gathered between September 3rd and present day. This phase will ensure the public is fully informed, bypassing misinformation and showing exactly what has occurred in this investigation. So the investigation against people being mean to Nick the Hat on Reddit, or where Sebastian might be. Because I don't care what you put out about people being mean to Nick the Hat on Reddit, but if you're putting stuff out about any investigation that is genuinely ongoing to find Sebastian, which I don't believe there is, but if there is, then you're putting his life in danger. By making those things public, you're putting his life in danger. It's simple as that. Simple as that. This campaign of obstruction will not stop our efforts to safely locate Sebastian Rogers. Good for you. Seth, once again, please work with law enforcement and those who are licensed to carry out investigations in Tennessee. Not these complete and total fraudsters. They are fraudsters. They are leading you a merry dance, and they are making Sebastian's case a laughingstock. And that is surely criminal. If it's not literally criminal, it's morally criminal. It's morally reprehensible. It's disgusting. Seth, please, for Sebastian's sake, make them stop.